Hello and welcome back to Mars. I'm Mick. We're playing Stationeers. Now, last time we sort of mostly automated our greenhouse. Today we probably need to go a bit further. That was a puff of something probably from the cooler there, was it? Missed it. But it's got to the temperature where it's going to start trying to suck in gas from outside. That's where I've got a vent up here. So every time it gets to 25 degrees, it should suck in some cold gas from outside and just keep the room cool. That does mean that we are going to eventually run out of oxygen in here. I just missed it again. There we go. So each time it sucks it in, it's going to find carbon dioxide, bring carbon dioxide in. It's good for the plants, not good for me. We'll get a little bit of nitrogen, but probably not enough if we want to grow soybeans and stuff. So the things we need to do, we need to find oxygen. Well, we're getting some from the plants. Oh, there it goes. See, it is working. But probably not enough. I do have a manual. We can manually drop oxygen rocks in here, and that'll get us a bit more. It also provides some cooling. I can drop, but yeah, probably something a little bit more reliable than that. I do still have plenty of oxygen left, so it's probably not a big issue at the moment. Now, I do need a source of nitrogen, as I say, for the soybeans to grow. I don't have one of them yet. As I say, the oxygen rocks will provide a bit of nitrogen, so will any water rocks that I drop in here as well. But that's probably not something we want to be relying on. Unfortunately, being on Mars, we do have oxygen and nitrogen in the atmosphere, so we would like to farm everything we need straight from there, instead of being reliant on manually dropping rocks here. Now, the carbon dioxide, we have an entire planet full of it outside, so we have an infinite supply of that just being brought in as part of the cooling. So our cooling system is, well, we've got infinite cooling outside, so that's not costing us anything. But we need water, we need oxygen, we need nitrogen, and nice we can knock off a couple of them today. Now, I have been corrected in the comments. The fire extinguisher, it has been fixed. If you leave the canister in it, it is not a bomb, but don't take the canister out of it. The canister itself is a bomb. If it's in the fire extinguisher, you're okay. So, yeah, apparently I did blow up my base a while ago, and apparently the devs heard about that and they didn't appreciate the irony of my health and safety cupboard exploding. So they fixed it and made the fire extinguisher not explosive. But anyway, that's it. Enough of that. Let's get on with it. Now, first up, my chickens are probably just about dead. Yeah, number one, let's get a refrigerator into here. So suit on, I have watered and fooded, and let's go. I suppose this is off. Last time was episode 3.5 when we built some airlocks, so yeah, I guess there's a little bit more to it than that. Oh, and I didn't put a vent on there. Whoops. Whoopsies. Vent on there, and there's a fair bit of pressure in that. Lucky. I print out some more solar panels because my solar power is still running out. And I need to print out some stuff for my furnace. So I can build my new furnace a little bit. Get that out of the way. Yeet. And where are you? You're up and running. Solar panels, I can do that easy enough. Ooh, and I have got more ingots, so I might be able to build a better mining tablet now. I can build a tablet. And I can build the ore scanner now. Colour, I can. Sweet. I'll take you. You'll come in handy. Yep. You can go up to there. You can go into there. And the battery. I think I've got a small battery in there. Yes, I do. You can have a bigger battery. You can have a small battery. That'll be good. Now I have a ore scanner. Nice. Oh, I can find ore under the ground. Look at that. Yeah, don't go too far from the base. Now, solar panels. Better switch me light on, that might help. Wait a minute, where's my other light gone? Where's my underpants light? Why isn't that working? The battery's flat, that's why it's not working. There we go. Now, solar panels, we shall fix this light. The light, the power. Now, I should put some more. I left them down there. It would help if I brought them with me. Just saying, just put that out there, just for the record. Yep. And some glass, which is right where it's meant to be, away. See? Now, where are we? If I put up the same kind of panels in the same orientation, they should all run off the old thingy. I'll need to heavy cable them again. Cable cutters. And away we go. I don't have long cables, do I? No, only long pipes. Worth a try. And we're good. They should be tracking. They are. Good. You are still... you are still good. I repaired you all. Ooh, I didn't repair you. I didn't forget. A wind turbine might be a good idea too. I can build big wind turbines now. I'll do that. Though it is night time now, so it is minus 46 degrees. Probably not the best time to do it, but wind turbine, big one. I need steel. I have got steel. I have not got steel. Somebody's got steel. You've got steel. Build me one of them. Now, I need, if I'm going to build this collector, an atmospheric collector, so I shall need a powered vent, which I don't have the stuff for. So let's not build that just yet. I should build some pipes, which I should be able to build. Oh, they're not pipes, but I do need them. So let's build some of them as well. I could put a tank out there, but that's going to take ages to fill up, so I won't. If I just put a few, like say maybe 3 of the large inline tanks, that might be enough for it. And that should be able to store enough for what we want to do. I don't know, put you there. That do? That'll do. Doop. Now, what do we need to hook you up? 5 steel sheets. Okay. Whee! Health and safety, yeah. What you got there? 6, that'll do us. Yep. And some pipes. Yep. Now, I had 5 steel sheets. I do. And yep. Good. 5 cable coils. I can do that quite easily. And And stuff. A screwdriver, I think it was. I have wind power. Nice. I did hook that up to the power, didn't I? That is definitely the power. So we're good. Whee! Ow! Shouldn't do that because I took an arrow to the knee once. Yep. And how many of them will I need? Two there. That'll probably do us. By probably, I mean, I really don't know. So I need I'll need a volume pump to pump it into the room once we've collected it. Now I need the, what was it, Invar and Electrum, I think it was, for the vent. A steel. One of them will do us. I think I need a pipe and plastic sheets. I have plastic sheets on the floor most likely. There we go. Never fails. I've run out of pockets. Oh, I don't need you, so I'll put you away. I'm not going to need that. Not going to need you. I don't need any glass. So, we've got pockets again. So vent, I shall need a pipe analyzer because I don't have a tank to tell me what's in the pipe. So I shall need a pipe analyzer as well. Now, is that everything I need? I think so. Whoops. If I grab you all back into there, I shall need to be able to control it all. So, let's grab some of that stuff back. Steel, gold and copper, I think are the ones I need. And I should grab a housing copper. Roll. 5 copper. I might need to go get some copper. Just saying. Oh, I'll need some more cables too. Seriously, no copper. Oh well, let's go and put this up. I'll need some drains too. Which is iron and copper. Oof. Right. So I just need to desperately search through everything and find I don't have any copper. I might have to go mining. But let's go set this up and then I'll go mining. One of them. You don't need copper, so you're good. There's no storm. I could go out. I'll put this stuff up. And we'll go find some copper. Now, I'll probably just put it up on the roof here. That's probably going to be the easiest place to get it. And I'll pop down my vent. Can fill drains up to this somewhere. If I put you, say, there, pipes, and a welder for the plates, that's our active vent done. I will need to bring that down and have a Larry there. Not a good spot to put it there. I can bring it down this side. I should put a couple of tanks onto there, there, and then I shall need room for the analyzer, which I can put onto there. And I'll put the volume pump into there. So that should be good enough. And put my tanks onto there, there, there. And I'll need someone to put the drains. I can just bring them straight out the front, I guess. Right-a-roll. I'll put you, not with cable cutters, preferably using a wrench. I've got long pipes. What am I doing? Use long pipes. Put long pipe on there. I should just be able to put on my drains, which I don't have. Maybe another one? Not that far. Yeah, it should be enough. Put the drains on there and it can just pour down the hill once it gets all compressed. So now I need copper. So I need my mining stuff. And I need my new mining tablet. I'll have to remember what copper looks like. You can go into there, you can go into there. You can go into there. You and you can go into there. How much copper you got left? 1. Yeah, well, I'll try not to use it all at once. Let me try switching stuff off, because we're still not great on power. Okay, so copper. Mining stuff. We grab the mining stuff and my mining tablet. I shall grab my GPS cartridge for that one, and I shall switch on my GPS. Where's my... Oh, there it is. Put you there and put a battery in you so I can find my way home. Although I do still have my... Ooh! What happened to my lander? It's trying to escape. I wonder if that's because it was leaning against the wall and it didn't like a reload. Will it get angry if I try and move that? Oh, I'll have to do something. We're still good for storms. Let's go find some copper. And check my tracker. Yep, we're good. That's definitely there. Grab you. Look at that. That's not copper. That's not copper. Lots of stuff there. It looks like it doesn't go very deep. But it does help. Worth building. Yeah, I'd say worth building. I've still got to find the stuff first. Ooh, is that orange? Is that copper down there? Let's go have a look. It is! Ha ha! Paid for itself already. Look at that. We'd better get back because I want to get this thing. Well, I'm probably not going to get it built in time for night time as it is now, but it'll be handy if we can get it started for tonight. I need the drains. What else do we need? You can go over there. Switch you off. Well, I have in there. Put you away. Grab you. My mining tablet can go back into there. I could build myself a new scanner for there. I have, in the furnace, I have surplus oxidizer, although not much of it. So, Can chuck in a couple more. It is below freezing. Chuck in a few more. And I need my ice. There we go. Grab my volatiles from there. I grab 7 of them. That should be enough to get that going again. Yep, that's hot enough now. I probably overcooked that one, but we're fine. What could possibly go wrong? Apart from big explosions. Well, there's some copper. That's my power going after a day of extra solar panels. Not great is the answer. Now let's get you running with some drains. Yeah, iron. Now 2. Great. That can get me a few of them. And what temperature we got? Still 800. I can get some iron out of that. Or maybe only that one. Half one. Yeah, that's all we're going to get though. You got 3. That might be enough. Oh, the one in there. That makes 4, which is pretty close to 3. Now we wanted cables. Yes, if you can give me back that copper. I can grab some cables from you. Oh, I'll need a sensor as well, because I'll need to know what temperature it is outside. I should grab a sensor. Whoop. And then get back to cables. Right, now we're good to go, are we? That should do us. Put my mining stuff away. Take the other stuff and let's go. Cables, how's my suit doing? We're still fine. We're fine, don't worry about it. Well, I need to get my drains on. If I put the drains on out here, and I put them on the long pipes, I can place them down. 3, 4 out there. Let's hope that's enough. Now I need power for the vent. I have power just there. So if I hook up you to both the data and power, set the vent to inwards, it's night time, it's minus 46 degrees, and start sucking into that pipe. So we should see that is pressurizing, and we see that the carbon dioxide is starting to liquefy and is pouring out the liquid drains over here and floating in air. The stress on our pipe is 1%, slowly rising. But more importantly, we can see the percentage of nitrogen and the percentage of oxygen are going up as all the, because they're not liquefying, they're staying in there. The carbon dioxide and the pollutants are liquefying and draining out. So that, just crawling up to 4 megapascals there. The stress is staying at a bit over 1%, so it looks like 4 drains we've got there are going to be enough. If that stress was rising, then I'd quickly have to chuck another drain on there. But we'll want that to keep going until there's maybe 20 megapascals in there. But I have to do it at night time when it's this cold. So I'll need a sensor outside. Can I put a sensor here? That vent can suck in a lot of gas from around there, so we want to make sure I put the sensor somewhere where it's not going to be interfered with by that vent. I do have a cable just there. I might be able to put you into there. If I actually put the sensor in, might be a good way to do it too. Put you to there, and we shall call you the outside sensor. I put a lot of thought into that name, so don't give me any crap. Now this gas we can use for breathing and we can use for our cooling. So our intake vent over here, oh, it's called an intake vent, that's all right. I thought it was called a cooler vent. It's not. So we're not lying by having it there. Right, so that's doing its thing. I might just switch that off there. You want to rename? That's the only powered vent. I don't need to rename that one. I'd hate to have to think up to another imaginative name. So it's up to 30% nitrogen now. The carbon dioxide is going down very quickly, and it is very cold, so we'll be able to use that for our base cooling. And for our breathing gas, that's the nitrogen we need for our plants to grow and the oxygen we need for our people to not die. All of the carbon dioxide will drain out of it, so now we'll just be pulling in pure nitrogen and oxygen, which means I won't have a source of carbon dioxide for the plants, but I still do have this vent here, which I will be able to suck in more carbon dioxide whenever I need it. So I'll need a slight change to our automation, but that seems to be working all right. Let's switch you off now, because I don't know how long it's going to take me to get this coding done. So I'll need to run inside, and we shall do a bit of coding. Oh shit. And fortunately I got all the cables that I totally wanted. I'd say this is too many cables, but I've played this game before. There's no such thing as too many cables in this game. Right, cables are in. I have got, all we need is in here, isn't it? Question mark. Probably should have brought some ice rocks in, shouldn't I? Yeah, we're good. Good enough. Right. Now we are collecting our, well, we're not now because we're switched off. But we can see on there that the pollutant is all gone. The carbon dioxide, we're probably not going to get rid of it all. We haven't got enough pressure in there anymore. But I forgot my refrigerator. Shit. Shit. Get a refrigerator. That was the first thing I had to do on my list, and I didn't do it. Well done. My chicken's doomed. No. But you. Fridge, large, iron, copper. Copper, iron. Gimme. Come on, my chicken's dying. They're dying, man. Damn it, Jim, I'm a doctor, not a veterinarian. I had to think about what an animal doctor's called. I say vegetarian. No, they're just plant slaughterers. Power goes onto that side. Right, we can do that. Now lay flat. There we go. And nope, there we go. You, and I'll need one of them for my UIC. Refrigerator, you go up there. Save my chickens. %95 dead. Viable. Well, they're not dead. Egg. Egg. I need to hatch that 35 to 40 degrees, so I have to turn the temperature up in here. Okay, we can do that. Now we want you with the new connection. Put you to there. You can get out of my way. Now, put the vent in. Now you go that way. Nope, that way. The cable's on the wrong side. Yeah, well. Go onto there. Right, which means I can just put you straight. Not with that, I can't. I can now tap you straight into there. Or not. Why? Oh, long pipe. Okay. Well, long pipes are silly now. I've changed my mind. I can't tap into them. Maybe a 3 long one I can put in there. I'm going to spend more time now trying to save pipes by using them and messing around. Right, so that's all hooked up. I need cables, which come from there, I guess. You. Cable cutters. Yep. Try again. Yep. Another one there. Bit of ugly cabling, but yeah, it's temporary. No, it's not. Right, now that's telling us what we've got in the pipe there. 28 oxygen, 57 nitrogen, and down to 15% carbon dioxide. So that's a huge improvement on what we had before. Now we need to change this vent up here, which is no longer our cooler vent. That is now our carbon dioxide intake vent. The overpressure and the daylight sensor should stay the same. And I should probably put down some more pots. If I'm going to grow chickens, I had probably best put down, that's at 5, 6, 7. I can put down some wheat. So I've got something to feed the chickens once they grow, if I haven't waited too long and killed them all already. Right, you can sit there. You're all happy? We're all happy. You're all potatoing along? Good. Now, other thing, our cooler vent, which we had in there, I need to now change that to a CO2 intake. So our cooler vent is no more. We shall call that a CO2 intake. So basically, we want to look at the room sensor and we want to find the ratio of carbon dioxide. And we will say if the ratio of carbon dioxide is low, so if it is less than, we shall say maybe 5%.
Hunger caution.
We shall say the CO2 intake should be on. And that's about all the changes we've got to make. So it's no longer a cooler, it's now a CO intake. The grow light and the exhaust vent and everything stay the same. So that is no longer doing our cooling. I should not have to change any of the pins because it's all still the same sensors. Intake vent, exhaust vent, and I should probably rename you now that I've got 2 on there. That is the room sensor. and exhaust vent. And you shall be the cooler pump because you're so much better than the other ones. Now we want to set up our outside vent to suck in when that sensor says it's really cold. I shall grab you, import you. There's nothing in there. That is good. So now it's just basically an on-off switch like we used to have. Well, I suppose it's a bit more complicated than that now because I don't want to actually switch it on when there's too much in the pipe. Yeah, before I go too much further, let's take off my suit and drink and eat before we start getting complaints about that too. Oh, I've almost finished all of them. Okay, so I shall alias the intake vent to D0, which is our powered vent, and alias I'll need the pipe sensor, won't I? Pipe sensor to D1, so I'll need to know what's in the actual pipe system there because I'll need to know the pressure. And I shall alias the outside sensor to D2 because I'll need to know that one as well. We shall start and I shall yield. I only want to run once per game tick. We've got to think about what we want to do here. So a lot of people, if you have trouble with coding, it's not a case that the coding is too complex. It's probably just that you're thinking too complex for the coding. So typically if you have a problem there, writing it down can help because you probably find that write down the problem, you can see the code in the problem. So now we want to switch on the vent when the outside temperature is so below -40, and make sure that the pressure inside the pipe inside of our storage system there is less than say 20 megapascals. And when that's both true, we want to switch on the outside sensor. So we know switch on the intake vent, not the outside sensor. So we can see from what we've written down there, we need to know what the pressure is in the pipe. We need to know what the temperature is. We know what we need to compare them to. And we know that we have to do both of them. And the outcome is to switch on the vent. So that is our code. The first thing we need to know is the temperature. So we shall load from the outside sensor where are we going to put it? Load into our temporary variable 0 from the outside sensor, the temperature. And we need to say if that's less than minus 40 degrees. So you want the vent to come on when it's less than. So set a less than, which is what we said in our sentence. If the outside temperature is less than minus 40 degrees, which is 273 is 0, so minus 40 is 233. So if that temperature is less than 233, that says true. Other thing we needed to know, so load into R1 from the pipe sensor, the pressure with a capital P. So once again, from what we wrote down there, we want to know when the pressure is less than 20 megapascals. So set less than. We're using R1 for our other variable because we've got to remember them still. 20,000 kilopascals. All right. And as from our sentence we wrote there, it has to be low temperature and low pressure. So the word we use to join them together is, of course, and, like it says in our problem that we've written down. I will overwrite R0 because we've now finished with both these values, R0 and R1. We join them both into R0. If both of those are true, R0 should be true, so we can save that to the intake vent on R0 and jump back to the start. Confirm, export you, still daytime, so very good. Well, nighttime as another moon goes across the sky. Switch that on. It says, I don't know what you're talking about. Well, we'll help. Intake vent is the powered vent, which I didn't rename. Powered vent, there it is. Pipe sensor is the pipe analyzer, which I didn't name. I should fix the spelling on it. Outside sensor, we did rename to outside sensor. And the other ones don't need anything. So I shall reset you, switch that on. And our vent should be, it has switched on. And we are less than 20 megapascals, and I can't really see from here, but it's probably less than minus 40 degrees. Our CO2 is liquefying and we are going good. Nice, that's where we want to be. So that is now collecting our gas at night. It'll do it automatically. It'll do it forever. I don't need to change any parts in that. And that will always be collecting oxygen and nitrogen in there for me now. Now it is 26 degrees in there now, so I probably need to think about putting my cooling back in. Now, to put our cooling back into this, the next bit sort of probably comes down to a bit about knowing how your devices work. Now, I will need to be able to put, bring the gas into here when it gets too hot. So that'll be my cold gas. It's also my breathing gas. So we're using that as a cooling gas and as a breathing gas. It's solving two of our problems at once. Now, we want to bring this in, but I don't want to do it while there's liquid in the pipe. So how about if I switch that down to 0? Oops. Try it down. Switch that down to 0. Now, so I don't want anything to come in while there's liquids in the pipe. So I can switch this off. Or I say, I don't want anything to come through there when it's cold in here, and I don't want anything to come in when there is liquids in that pipe. Now, it's got two situations there. Even if it's hot in here, I don't want that working when there's liquids in the pipe, because I don't want to be blowing the liquid pollutant and liquid carbon dioxide into here. That would be bad. So what I'm going to do is to say, if there's any liquid in that at all, we're just going to switch this off. So then no matter what the temperature is in here, that won't work. And then I'll just use the pipe speed, the setting on the pipe, to decide whether or not or how much we're going to blow into here to keep the place cool. So I'll have two separate ways of shutting that off for two completely unrelated systems there, or two completely unrelated reasons why I want to switch it off. So let's have a good look at that one. So for the starter on that one there, I will need, well, I'll need the pump, won't I? Alias the cooler pump to D3. Now what we're going to do from that one there is I load from the pipe sensor if there's any liquids in there, and then just switch the pump on or off. So we load into R0 from the pipe sensor the volume of liquid, and we shall just say set equal to 0. Right, so if there's 0 in there, give me a true result, and I can save to the cooler pump on R0. So if there's liquids in there, switch it off. If there's no liquids in there, if the liquid's equal to 0, you can switch it back on again. I can grab that into there. Export you. You say, oh, I don't know what a cooler pump is. Well, now you do. So shut up. And it's switched off. If I try and switch it back on again, it'll switch it back off again. So it means there's liquids in there, which there is. We're getting up to 9 megapascals. Our stress. Does it not tell me stress on there? I can get stress on there. Yeah, pipe stress is still way down low, so that's not a problem. Cool. Well, that'll keep sucking till morning, and no, don't make any jokes about that. And we are good to go. Once it gets to 20 megapascals, it'll stop, and well, once it stops, the CO2 will start to drain out of it, and it'll start again. And it'll keep doing that until morning. That means we should have a good supply. It should be cold because it's only bringing it in at night time when it's very cold. Now it's just a matter of putting it back into here. So we're up to 26 degrees. So the other way we can switch the pump on is by adjusting the speed on it. So I shall use a P controller to do that. So the more the temperature difference is, the greater that the speed will go in there. So from that, I will need to know the room sensor. So alias the room sensor, sensor to D4. Right, so now I shall say, so I shall need to know the temperature in the room. So load into R0 from the room sensor, the temperature. Oh, come on. Temperature. Now I want that to give a bigger value the higher the temperature is. So we shall just subtract. R0 will equal, now we want it to give a higher value the higher the temperature is. So we shall put our temperature in first and subtract our set point. Now we've got to go up to 32 degrees for the chickens to work. So that's 35's 2 is 35. If we go to 310, that's what, 37. That should be good enough for the chickens. Right, so if the temperature is 311, that'll give us a value of 1, which we can save to the cooler pump setting R0. So if that gets to 311, that should give us a setting of 1. It sets the cooler pump to 1 and it blows some cold gas in. If the room temperature is 309, that'll give us a -1, and the cooler pump doesn't have a setting -1, it will just go to 0. So it'll ignore anything below 0. So that should work for us. So I will want to know the room sensor in there as well. I can set that up. We are still nighttime. We're still sucking in. We're up to 12 megapascals in there. I have 56% nitrogen. It's down to 16% carbon dioxide. There's over 3 kilomoles of nitrogen in there. Nice. Well, we might just set that to, let's just set that to 298 to test it. And then we can switch it up later. Confirm that. I need to put the cooler pump, the room sensor goes onto there. Oops, room sensor goes onto there. And I can say export you. Yeah, working. Right. Now that's gone to 1.83. So it is trying to put gas into here because it is above 25 degrees. But it's sort of saying, sorry, there's liquids in that pipe. I'm not going to switch on. So that seems to be working. So I can change that back up to 310 degrees. Now, 310, confirm, pop you out, export you. That should be back to 0 again, which it is. Excellent. So that will work for us. And the flying puddles are still out there. So that should keep going till it gets to 20 megapascals. Right, we are, well, very much mostly automated. Put you away. Now, because we're just sucking in carbon dioxide now, we should be getting, well, a lot less pollutants in here, but we still will be getting a bit more in there. So we will want to eventually get rid of them. Yeah, you can just go down to there. So we do have in our survival kit there, we have a portable scrubber, which can come in handy there. So we don't need, that's warmed up. That has switched off. And the last of our liquids are draining out. When that does, that pump should switch on. Oh, look, oh, just about, yeah, almost all all of the carbon dioxide is going to liquefy in that. It will become purely just nitrogen and oxygen by the time it all just disappears. There we go. And it's switched on. Well, it's switched on, but it's still set to 0 because it's below 37 degrees in here. Right, now this thing I can put in. Now you can set this up to run by itself. Put you in. I put in the filters into the portable AC, put the battery in it, and I can just switch it on, and it will now suck all the pollutants and any volatiles. Don't have any volatiles in here, but accidents happen. You can just run it like that, or you got to take it outside every now and then and empty it out. So what you can do is actually mount it to one of the tank bases here. If I point the drains straight outside, I believe I can, it'll go on there that way. Right. I can still access the battery. I can still get to the button. I can still get these on the back. Now I will need to put in a pipe. I put you into there. That is the gas connection, that one there. Now we shall see if I can still get the pipe. This allows all the pollutants to be blown out of that machine out the door. So I shall need to go out and put a storm coming. I shall, oh, toot.
Oxygen low.
Health and safety, yeah, baby. I have a cow there, which will come in handy. Oh, I hope my lander survives. Probably need to get it. Oh, I can build a rover now. I'll need to build a garage for my rover because I don't think that survives the storm. So if I put you onto there and put you onto there, that should allow all the gas coming from that machine outside. Okay, so that storm will get us plenty of power from our wind turbine, and it'll break even more of our solar panels because we've got more of them out there to break. Wow, we didn't do much on the furnace, did we? Although I can probably vent you out. Yeah, that's pretty high pressure. On dog, we're going inside. Yeah, I'm just as good with kids. Except I like dogs. Right, I've got some leftover stuff. I'm not going to clean that up. Now, oh, more pipes. Now that, I'd say that is our greenhouse pretty much automated. we've got the pollutants automated, we've got the oxygen intake, the carbon dioxide, the nitrogen, the cooling, and that's pretty much all. I still got to manually go and suck the pollutants out of there, but that's going to be like very, very rarely. So I don't have to do much there. Now, I should, before I get into trouble, get myself some more soot filters. Carbon dioxide, I should grab myself some medium ones if I have some constant tan and iron. Yeah, you can go back into there. And iron, wasn't it? I can do that. Excellent. Now I shall put them up in the sweeper out there, which is about to come. I'll put up another window because, yeah, sure, that's going to make a difference. And one more, and that's all my silver done. And I got tons more. Just not melted. You can switch off. You can switch off. And yeah, we're looking pretty good here now. Hopefully my lander will survive that. We've got to rebuild the furnace. We've got a bit more power. The storm's going to now break most of it, but yeah, we got a new mining toy. And I think we've got through a fair bit. We've automated more of our greenhouse. It is almost at a state where we can just exist. Potatoes look like they're grown. The greenhouse is set to chicken temperature. Stay. I need to build, well, I need to put in Larry. I need to get a Larry in here so as we can, and all that stuff will be in the way, so I'm going to have to move all that stuff. Damn it. Yeah. If Larry's going to come out here, I'll need to move the cable over to the centre line here. Have to move you, move you, move you. Get rid of the water tank. Our water tank can stay. Well, if I just put a drain on the floor, I can just drain the water tank and then get rid of it. I can put an ice crusher in there. Yeah. There we go. I've got 12.4 megapascals of oxygen and nitrogen after one night's collection. So it pretty much fills up overnight. And I have not used any of it yet. We're up to 28 degrees, so we've gained 3 degrees. And that is at 204, what's that, minus 16.5, minus 18.5. So that's plenty of cooling power in there for us. Let's hopefully it doesn't blow in an awful gale as soon as it switches on. But anyway, we'll worry about that when it happens. I got some farming to do, and yeah, we've still got some more to do, but we are pretty safe in here to almost walk away and just leave this to look after itself. Say the pollutants are still manual, and I need to find a way to collect some water and turn it from rocks into water. But that'll do us for today. We're about to get a storm. I need to do something about that lander. It's getting a bit out of control. But anyway, that'll do us for today. So until next time, happy building. See ya.